Hello, everyone. It's Alexis here with Create Your Future. And we're back today with another video and another success story. And today we have some really exciting information about answering the question about living in the end versus acting as if. And we have Anna, who's part of our coaching team. She's part of our team. Hey, Anna, how's it going?
Hi, Alexis.
Hi. So you guys, before we get into the video, just a couple of things. Anna, like I said, is part of our team, and the link for coaching with Anna is in the box below. And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And please hit the bell icon because then you get notified every time that we post a new video, which is pretty often. All right, so diving in today, we're going over, because Anna had a success story about a client who went from no communication, no contact, to having constant communication with her SP. And we're going over the difference between acting as if and then thinking from the end of your desire or living in the end. So Anna, just jump in and give us your perspective on that.
Hi, everyone. So I had this client who was manifesting her SP to contact her because they went no contact all of a sudden. And she was confused about how to act as if without looking like crazy in front of friends and colleagues and family, because we often hear that you have to make your reality look like the thing has already happened. Like you need to sleep on one side of the bed. You need to make place for his things. You need to have empty space in your wardrobe, etc. And she told me, like, I feel like being crazy when I do these things. And she also didn't want to explain to her family and friends what she was doing. So I had to explain to her that the concept of acting as if has actually nothing to do with manifestation, because manifestation happens in your mind. It's what you do in your head that manifests. Whatever you do in 3D is less important, and you only do it if you need that to convince yourself to work on your beliefs. So in the end, it's again your beliefs that are doing it. So no, you don't have to sleep on one side of the bed. You don't have to make place for his stuff, but you have to live in the end, which is thinking from the end, which is live in the end in your mind. Like, don't focus on the 3D and what's happening around you, because that's also a major issue. People use the 3D as an evidence of it not happening, but if you keep focusing on the 3D, it's not that your manifestation is not happening, it's that you're manifesting more of the 3D you have now.
Right,
so,
right.
The important thing is live in the end in your head, in your mind, like in your daily inner conversations that you have in your mind. Like, how would they be if your XP was already in your life? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you're manifesting.
Right.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah. And it's like, you don't want to be acting as if and then negating your mental diet, because the mental diet and your thoughts that you're thinking, they always override everything anyways. So I think like a good in between is, like, I have a lot of clients who like to wear an engagement ring when they're like around the house doing laundry, because it makes them feel beautiful and they like looking at it, and they're, not that they went out and actually invested like in an engagement ring, right? But something that's like, a little bit less expensive, and that helps them feel good. But then the moment that they go, I wouldn't say that they'd want to wear the engagement ring like around their family, because the 3D is not yet there. So then they would obviously feel, that's weird. What are you doing? Are you crazy?
Yes. Yes. That's the thing. You don't have to do anything to then have to explain to people, why are you doing this? When you're manifesting, it happens in your head, and people don't have to know what you're manifesting. People don't have to know what you're thinking. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. Another thing is that I often get asked, when my family and my friends who know about my SP ask me questions, how do I respond without being dragged in too much into the 3D? You don't have to, first of all. But apart from that, my advice is always cut it short. Like, tell them it's going well. Like, be general. everything is okay. Change the subject. Or if it helps, like, because people say, like, they keep asking and asking and they want details. What about this? What about that day? What about and in those cases, tell them you're not interested anymore, and that you've moved on with your life. Like, make up something. It doesn't matter, just to make them stop asking questions, so that you won't be dragged too much into the 3D. Because this friend asks, and then you have to tell the story, like the 3D. It's like affirming the 3D over and over. And then you go over to your mom, and your mom asks, you have to tell that story again. It's again affirming the 3D. And then the other friend, and then the cousin. Tell everyone you're not interested anymore in this person, or that generally, yeah, it's going well. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then focus on what you're doing in your mind. Just to get your focus off of 3D and back into your mind.
Well, and I think, I mean, for me personally, Alexis, I always just say, hey, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Right? And so it's like, this is like, it's an option for anyone, for all of our subscribers, and for us to be reminded too that, you know, this is presenting itself because we've created it. And that means it's your creation, so you can change it. And you can also just be empowered and say, hey, like, I just don't want to talk about that right now. Like, I just don't feel like talking about it. So like, you know, just being honest here, like, I feel better if we just didn't bring it up, you know?
I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and it sets boundaries, and then people respect you, and people, you know, generally in our reality, they like it when we set boundaries, because most people want boundaries. And then I'm trying to think, there was another thing I've said, which is, hey, like, you know, if anything changes, I'll tell you. Until I tell you, just assume that it's like whatever, like nothing's going on, instead of it having to be this excuse for drama, or an excuse for you to live in the old story or talk about it. And then, you know, you also want to think that we create everyone and everything. So if you're manifesting people to ask you about it, then manifest that they talk to you about other stuff, you know?
Yeah, that too, of course. And also, if you start talking about, say, SP situation, you risk that the person you're talking to reflects back to you your fears and doubts and insecurities about your SP situation. And that can drag you further down and make you more insecure. Like, my friend told me that he's not for you, you just move on, he's a bad person. And then you start doubting, what if she's right? What if he's right? What if this? What if that? Don't go there. Just close the conversation. Because everyone is,
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, everyone is you pushed out is not only the person that you're manifesting, but it's also everyone else.
Yeah. And I think that there's a lot to be said for, especially if you're new to conscious manifesting and you're new to doing this kind of lifestyle and understanding that your thoughts create, you know, I'm not telling everyone to be a loner and be introverted, but there is something to said for sitting with yourself, sitting with your thoughts, spending time in your own space and your own thinking, so you can get really familiar with what your thoughts are. Because oftentimes, if you are in a chaotic situation with your SP, then maybe there's like a lot of chaotic things going on in general. Like, life maybe has been up and down for a while. So if that's the case, then, you know, when you are alone, no one asks you anything because you're with yourself. So that's always an option, is to just be like, hey, I'm going to read a book today, mom, or sister, or brother, or whoever asks you all these questions, right? So just an idea. Yeah.
Yes, it's I think we mentioned it in one of the other videos that you need to keep shifting your focus to your end goal. So when you are surrounded by too much 3D, and 3D is constantly in your face, you want to remove yourself. Go for a walk. I do that. I go for a walk and I affirm. You know what I used to do once, which works? I used to put my headphones on. I switched off my phone so it didn't ring. And I talked to myself out loud as if I was talking to a friend, telling them about my SP, the new job that I had got. Like, I would just talk to myself in public as if it was a phone call, a normal conversation. And it was just affirming.
And I love that. That's so cute. Yeah, we all have different ways of doing the affirmations and staying on your mental diet and using your consciousness and your awareness to really be living in that thinking from the end. I always get this confused in my mind. From the end, not of the end. Because when you're thinking
Yes.
of the end is over here. The end is somewhere,
Yes.
is in the future that you're wanting, you're desiring, you have the lack of, and that you're spinning toward. When you're thinking from the end of your mental diet, you're already there thinking the thoughts you already be thinking. You're already in that place and space. I've done this before in videos where I feel like I'm doing a Janet Jackson dance.
Why not?
Right? And it's like, and the thing is just to like make it clear too, the living in the end place would be very normal, natural. It would be, you know, we're always looking for a normal, natural state of being and a normal, natural place. Because let's say you're intending for a marriage with your SP. If you guys were married and we go like, let's go 2.5 years into the marriage, right? You guys would have conversations like, hey babe, what's for dinner? Like I've said this before, but it would be very, very like mundane. It would be very everyday. It wouldn't be like, hopefully it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. He's the best thing ever. Because we want you to have the SP who is thinking about you. Oh my gosh, she or he is the best thing ever. I love them so much. So you wouldn't be like an excited. It wouldn't be this frenzy, right? You would be, oh, hi, how's it going? What's going on?
Yeah. There's also, there is a lot of talk about feeling as if like, what is it and what is it not? Yeah, as you say, it's not jumping of joy and celebrating. Like, it's not that feeling that you need to find to manifest. It's the normal, like natural already having it. And the same goes for the affirmations. When I give affirmations to clients, I always tell them like, change the wording to the way you speak so that it sounds natural to you. Like, use the words that are more normal to you. Well, some clients translate it to their mother tongue, so it's already happening naturally. But if you're using the English and I give you an affirmation, always change the wording to the way you speak, like the way you would tell your friend, he called me or he's texting me every day, like however you're talking. Like, everything needs to be natural.
Right. Isn't that so interesting? I love it that you bring that up, because I think that's kind of a missing component to a lot of the affirmations. And I really think that that's why one-on-one coaching, when we're doing the mental diet, is so necessary. Because what a lot of people tend to do is like grab intentions from like YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram, whatever. And a lot of those, now the person that's created those intentions, that uses them and it works for them, it's because something about that particular intention, it lines up with the imprinting in their brain and it feels good to that person. Doesn't mean it's going to feel good to you, right? So like, so important to make the manifestational process like unique to you, and know that your unique snowflake and like all of making this work is a very individual process. There's no cookie cutter method here, because everyone's different.
Yes, for me too. When I start manifesting something, it takes me a few days till I find the sentences that work. Because you start out with something and that means the same thing. You can have 5 sentences that mean the same thing. They feel differently. Some feel artificial because it's something you have heard from someone else. Some feel normal, natural. And we kind of tend to not like the simple things, but it's the simple. The beauty of manifestation is the simplicity. The simpler it is, the easier it is. Like, it needs to be easy. You don't have to put effort in it. You don't have to put effort in remembering those fancy words or I don't know, these long sentences. It can be short, easy, simple, that you remember, and it comes natural.
Exactly. And I think that's so funny, because oftentimes we kind of think that, oh, if it's simple and it's easy, meaning like it just feels natural, then there's nothing wrong with it, versus, oh, this is simple and this feels natural and that's how it's supposed to be. Because the mental diet isn't anything besides thinking new thoughts that are the opposite of what you're currently thinking, but in the same way you're thinking. Say that 10 times fast, you know? But that's really what it is. Like, it's not this like need to go somewhere, find something out. All of it's within you. It's with your own mind. Like, your answers, the keys to you are within you. So
yes, yes. I think it comes from the programming. We all have that. You need to work hard to get what you want. Like what we started with, people starting to want to do things in their 3D. Like if I don't know, if I create this space here for him, if I sleep on one side of the bed, like I need to do things in 3D to go from A to B. Like, and manifesting is teaching you the complete opposite. You don't have to do anything in physical reality because it's manipulating the 3D and it doesn't work.
right.
Unless it makes you feel good or it makes you believe more in what you're doing. But again, it goes back to what's happening in your head because of what you're doing. So you don't have to do things. It doesn't have to be work.
Right. Exactly.
The work is in your mind. Yeah.
The action is within you and the action is within the mind. And I think that's like the most question we get asked so much with coaching is, okay, thanks for all the intentions. Great. I get it. These feel so good, but is there anything else I can do? Like,
yeah.
well, Alexis, Anna, is there anything else I can do to make it happen faster? It's like, no. That's the opposite paradigm. The paradigm of do, no pain, no gain, work hard to play hard, right? What's that one in America? It's work hard, play hard, work hard, right? It's like all of that. That's a different zone. It's a different paradigm. We're asking you to drop that, and that the play hard, right, is like with your thoughts, with your thinking. So like there's nothing that you can do to make it happen faster besides think the thoughts more often of living in the end. It's that simple.
Yes, and spend less time thinking of the opposite. Why isn't it not here? I don't see movement. My 3D is telling me something else. I keep getting this thing in my face that is not here.
Yeah.
Train yourself to think that you created that now you're creating something else. Don't focus on what you have already created. You don't want more of that.
Right.
Go in the end.
Yeah. You know, it's very funny. And I love sports and I love football, even though I was previously a dancer. And I love sports analogies because like in sports, the winning team, like the goal is always to be in the end zone. Right? Like they're always in the end zone. And I mean, you're in Denmark. I'm in California. We know that Anna is beautiful and non-American, but in America, we have the NFL, like we have our football league. And recently, so anyone who's in America knows who Tom Brady is, or if you're worldwide, like Tom Brady is like the quarterback. Okay. So,
yes.
so Tom Brady is a really good example that he takes the end zone with him wherever he goes. Because now he's playing for the Buccaneers, he's their quarterback, and they're winning. Okay, if you're into sports and you're really a sports person, you can disagree in the comments, it's totally fine. But the moral of the story is that wherever Tom Brady goes, he makes the team a winning team. Meaning that he's always living in the end of winning. It doesn't matter what team it is. I mean, the guy shouldn't even be playing anymore because of his age, but he has a belief system within him that he's a winner, he's the best, whoever he plays with or plays for, whatever, like he makes them win. And even if like you were kind of like me, where before this recent events happening, you didn't like him very much because he's always winning, like you have no option. We have no option to like him. Like it's like disliking Beyonce or J-Lo. Like he's successful, he knows what he's doing, you know. And anyway, so it's like with our thinking, you always want to be in the end zone and take the end zone with you. That living in the end, like when you have the winning mindset, success mindset, you're not questioning, you're not doubting, you're not asking your friends, am I winning? Are we gonna win? Right? Right. So it's like that's really important. That's all that it's the same thing, really, in my opinion.
By the way, if I'm not wrong, the elite sportsmen use visualization as part of their training. Like they're visualizing themselves win, score the goal, or even training the runners. They all use the visualizing because they know it's important. Because if you have a victim mentality and you're always focused on what's not working, you are not going to win.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So, and then the visualization would be what we're saying too, which is the mental diet of living in the end, right? It's the same thing. Like you
living in the end.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You know, everybody out there, please be a winner, like within. You don't have to, you don't want to go out and tell everybody, hey guys, like I'm a winner now. But know like that, you know, when you come from that foundational belief system of like, I'm always getting what I want because I'm awesome and I'm good at doing things and I'm great and I'm successful, I'm empowered, right? And you have that, then it's like, then you'd be very less doing these things of asking the 3D, asking people, looking for confirmation, looking for evidence. You would just be like living in the end already, thinking awesome thoughts, right?
Yes, yes, and that's the important part of ignoring the 3D. When you start living in the end, the 3D becomes like the more you train yourself and get yourself used to living in the end in your mind, the 3D becomes less important, because if you know that this is what's going to happen, then what is happening now in front of me is not important. It's just old news. It's going to fade away in I don't know, in 5 minutes, in 5 days, whatever it is. The most important thing is to bring your focus to, like I've said it a billion times now, but that's it. Like it's just about what you're focusing on, whether it's visualization, whether it's thoughts, it's just what is happening in your mind. Don't go to the 3D, start manipulating. And I also get asked often, like, if I text him this, do I ruin it? No, you don't ruin it. It's 3D. Do whatever you got to do in 3D, but stay focused in your mind.
Exactly. Oh, I just love the way you put that. Well, you guys, you can also go from being in no contact to constant communication, just like this client, by learning how to live in the end, thinking thoughts from living in the end, and having the appropriate mental diet. And it's obvious that Anna knows what she's doing. If you have any questions about what thoughts should I be thinking, or what mental diet should I be saying, or how do I talk that I can incorporate that into my mental diet lifestyle, then good news, you guys. Anna is having a sale. So like I already said, the links for all of this is in the description box below. So signing up for coaching with Anna is all included in there. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make today an awesome one. See you soon.